Definitely welcome news, and I know you've been keeping a close eye on the skies as well.
Yeah, and it's tricky right now for the metro. Where's that freezing line going to end up? I do think that we will have some wintry weather in the Tulsa metro. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for Tulsa County and a lot of areas basically near and north of I-44. And of course, another chance for some rain, maybe a little bit of snow as we go into the weekend. And there might be another opportunity for snow next week. We're going to get a look at that coming up here in the 10-day forecast. First, let's talk about tomorrow morning, though. Here's our winter weather advisory. And again, that does include everybody along I-44. Also includes here Mayes County, also into Delaware County, and a crossover here into northwest Arkansas and southwestern portions of Missouri. A little bit of everything out of this. A little bit of ice, a little bit of sleet, a little bit of snow. We're going to have just about a bit of everything, and amounts will be highest as you go farther to the north and to the west, where the temperatures will be coldest. So that also means our impacts will be higher north and west, and mainly going to be dealing with travel impacts. Again, if you have any travel plans tomorrow across north and western portions of our area, it is going to be a rough go. Now, as you go farther to the south, temperatures will be just warm enough. We're just going to be looking at a cold rain here to the south, but we're going to have a lot of a mixture of everything. Again, we may start with some freezing rain, may get a little sleet to mix in, maybe at times trying to mix with a little bit of snow. The better chance of seeing mostly sleet or even snow out of this is going to be farther to the north and to the west, and therefore the amounts will be a little bit higher there as well. Now, once we get into the afternoon, things will begin to wind down. I think the heaviest precipitation moves into the morning, especially about a 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock in the morning window is when we'll see the heaviest precipitation out of this. So tomorrow afternoon, mostly going to be light, but we may see a few flurries or snow showers around. Not really expecting any major significant accumulation out of that. It would be very light if we get anything at all. Ice accumulations, again, a glaze of ice, maybe a tenth to a quarter of an inch here, western portions of the Tulsa metro, back into the central parts of the state. Most everybody else, maybe a light icing. And as far as sleet and snow totals, the tricky part with this is we're going to have some sleet mixed in with some snow, and that could really keep those totals down as far as getting a ruler out and measuring how much is on the ground. But I think an inch or two possible north and west, maybe even a little more than that as you get far to the north and west. We're probably looking at less than an inch from I-44 and southward where we do have any sort of wintry precipitation. So again, even though the amounts may not add up to big totals, the impacts certainly will be there that we'll have to keep an eye on. Right now, though, things are quiet here from Brookside looking back toward downtown. A lot of overcast skies. Temperature currently at 36 degrees, and we started out at 34 this morning and only made it up to 37. So a range of about 3 degrees from the low to the high today. Tomorrow morning, watching those temperatures closely. I've got us near freezing in Tulsa as well as in Pryor, just below freezing around Grove and Grand Lake, back to Bristow, and then even into the 20s north and west. And then again, south and east, just warm enough, not by much, but just warm enough to keep this a cold rain. So in the metro, wintry mix in the morning hours. Again, that morning drive is going likely to be a mess. Everything moves out, maybe a few flurries once we get into the afternoon. Temperatures actually a little colder, dropping into the upper 20s once we get into the afternoon hours. On Saturday, another chance of some rain moving in. Now notice our temperatures, I've got us higher in the morning on Saturday, starting out quite warm, turning colder, and that rain could potentially briefly change over to a little bit of snow by Saturday late afternoon and Saturday evening. And then we're keeping an eye on next week. Data seems to be in pretty good agreement that we could have another winter storm system in by the middle of next week. Long way to go before we get there. We'll keep an eye on that the next few days.